is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know, it's been a hot second since you had an actual car content video. We just posted a video about some detailing content, but it's time to film a video that I had planned about 2 to 3 months ago that basically got postponed due to, well, I'm sure you guys all know why, but we finally have some truck content coming. We're gonna head over to CJ's Off-Road, actually over to their filming studio. If the name sounds familiar, you guys may have heard of CJ's Pony Parts. Basically all Mustang, Ford Performance, Ford kind of stuff. They're a huge name in that kind of sector, but they do some off-road stuff, they do some truck stuff, so we've got kind of a laundry list of just some small little things that I want to have done to the truck. It's been a bit since we've done a video like this, so I wanted to bring you guys along and share with you guys what we're doing to the truck. See you there. We're at CJ Off-Road. Now, if the name sounds familiar, you guys are like, no, Troy, you're at CJ Pony Parts. Yes, there's an off-road arm of CJ Pony Parts called CJ Off-Road, and essentially they do, well, off-road stuff, so truck stuff, Jeep stuff here. I'll show you the Jeep in a minute, but you can see, essentially, they have Pony Parts, which specializes in Mustangs, everything. Maybe I'll head over to the other studio and show you guys what's over there. But we are here with my Raptor, obviously, and like I had mentioned, we're gonna be installing a bunch of stuff here. And you know, when I say we get out of the lights. When I say we, I mean them. Basically told them what I want to do, gave them a credit card, and they're gonna install it. So we've got rotors and pads. I'm doing rotors and pads because this truck, I bought it used, and just for my peace of mind, my kind of sake, I want to do rotors and pads. Plus I think the truck needs it. There's a little bit of a shimmy in the steering wheel, so I was like, you know what, let's do rotors and pads, because I don't know when the previous owner did them. I don't think they were ever done, so we're gonna do those. We've got some rough country fog lights. We've got the brackets for the fog lights. We've got a 30-inch behind the grill light bar, so that'll go right in behind the Ford logo there. We've got an MBRP X pipe, so we'll get a little more growl to it. We've got a JLT oil separator, and then we've got a JLT cold air intake. I've used JLT way back in the day. If you guys are OG, like probably prior to my YouTube channel, I was a big Mustang guy, so that's how I know CJ Pony Parts. They're local here to me, you know, 25 minutes away from my house, and they're one of the largest names in Mustang performance parts. So I was like, you know what, I got the truck, I kind of want to, you know, bring it back to them. I've always been pleased. And JLT I had on my Cobra and my GT way back in the day, Mustang GT I should say, and the quality is great. So that was one of the first things that we were definitely putting in. We've got a tonneau cover going on because there's nothing in there now, and I'm gonna be making some trips here, and just wanted to have a tonneau cover, so let me install that. With the 1.5-inch level, just to lift the front up a little bit there and level everything out. So the studio here, let me just give you guys a walk around. This is a really nice place. Like, I've been to the big warehouse section. This is cool. This is where they're going to be filming everything, which, by the way, they're filming this install, so you guys will see pretty much them installing all of this stuff, and they'll be able to post that up on the channel. Pretty nice setup here. They've got this really sweet Jeep. I like this bumper. That's pretty cool. You know, I've never been a huge Jeep guy, but this will sell me. I'd rock this. See if we can sneak into the Mustang studio. What year is this? This is 96. That'll move. You guys can see similar studio layout, right? CJ Pony Parts. This is kind of where they've made their name, and now they have CJ Off-Road, which is kind of the arm that the truck's going under with all the parts in there. But see, this is kind of where I started. You know, you got your caster camber plates, UPR. It's a big name in Mustangs, but yeah, this thing probably moves pretty well. It's kind of just nostalgic for me. I remember when like this car and then the R or whatever came out, it was like 120 grand. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, people are just asking crazy markups on them.
I like the stripe kit on it.
Jordan did that.
You did you? Is that why the blue? Is that why there's a touch of the blue in it? Was that your idea, huh?
That's more aqua.
This guy likes bright colors. Well, look who's talking with a mint green Porsche. So that's about it. I'm gonna leave these guys to it, let them install, and we'll see you guys here in a second when everything's done. Well, guys, a little bit of a different backdrop here for you. We're over here at the shop, well, outside the shop, truck, picking it up here, and I've got to say, I'm pretty stoked. We got the fog lights in. Just give you guys a close-up of everything. We've got the fog lights in. You can see what's peeking behind here, the 30-inch light bar. We've got an MBRP X pipe, so we kind of left everything else, so just give it a little more muscle. You guys can see the tonneau. My biggest issue with tonneau covers is I don't like tonneau covers that like stick up like, you know, a ½ inch. Not a big fan of those. And I also don't like the tonneau covers that you can't, like, they're so soft and cheap that you can't like set something on if you have to. I mean, this is pretty stout, and what you do is you just pull this, and it's a roll cover. You pull that guy, and it just is kind of a ribbed roll-up cover, and just comes back. Put it back up there. Throw it up. Looks super factory, super clean. I didn't want the tri-fold, so I didn't want the ones where it folds 3 times, and you kind of lose some of this top space back here. And I also didn't want the garage door style, which sit down in the bed of the truck, because I didn't want to lose any of that bed space. Have Matt come turn on the, you want to turn the lights on for me, buddy?
Yeah, let's do it.
He did the install, so if anything falls apart,
Yeah, it's on me.
do the fog lights first. It's gonna be hard to show up on camera, but yeah, they'll be pretty bright. Let me see the light bar. You know what we call that? That's pretty bright. We call that the tailgating bar. Okay, so you know, someone cuts you off on the highway, you just come up behind them and, you know,
Yeah, flip the 2 up-fair switches, and yeah, you got plenty.
yeah, tell them to politely move out of the way.
Yeah, just get out of the way.
We did the what, 1.5-inch leveling kit.
Yeah, we got the leveling kit on there. That's just the perfect way to get these things leveled out and make it looking like it should from the factory.
And you shouldn't have to do, like, if you guys are, I'll put some of the links to all this stuff below, and I'll also link you guys, because they did a little video on kind of all this. Not an in-depth crazy video, but just kind of showcasing kind of the upkeep, refreshing kind of a 2, 3, 4-year-old truck. You know, a lot of guys, there's a big used market for the Raptors too. So if you're like myself, where you don't necessarily like buying new, you don't like the depreciation, you can get pretty good deals on 17, 18 Raptors at this point. And these are all kind of some simple first things that you could do to refresh it. You know, we did new brakes, so we got rotors and Hawk pads on there as well, and you know, I think you should be good to go. You shouldn't have to do an alignment for the lift kit or the leveling kit. I had it done anyways. We've got JLT catch can right there, and then we have the JLT cold air intake. I think my favorite part is just the turbo noise. I mean,
yeah, it definitely opens it up a lot more under the hood. Your whole truck's breathing a lot easier now. You got the exhaust, the X pipe on there, JLT intake, and the catch can just to catch anything that goes by that shouldn't be back into your engine.
You want to start it up?
Yeah, go ahead. Here, you
can start it up. I don't think I've ever heard the thing outside by myself, but it should be a little louder. Oh, you guys probably can't hear it. We were talking about this earlier. Everybody knocks on these trucks, and those are all the guys that have the first gen. The first gen has its place, was an awesome truck when it came out. The V8, yeah, I get it. You know, this will never sound like it, but the tech in this truck, the looks of this truck, and the sound with the turbos, once he kind of opened it up a little bit, it's night and day difference. I mean, I've owned both at this point, and the biggest piece that I like is it's 489 pounds lighter, almost 500 pounds lighter. So when like you go to stop and you're hitting the brakes and everything, it just doesn't feel like a train's being pushing behind you.
First gen Raptor, really, you get on the brakes and those things take a little bit to stop.
Right, sure. And then they nosedive. So if you don't do a leveling kit or anything, then they nosedive.
Yeah, you're tanking right in the front.
And and the front brakes then are, you know, it's bumping the toe in. The front brakes are getting warped, and it's just
definitely a big upgrade. First gen Raptor is great, but
it is
second
great.
Gen Raptor is just everything is second generation, so obviously they got to make it better.
Either way, you guys have the parts for both.
Yep,
so if you are basically Jeep and F-150 guys, give them a call. I'm lucky. They're right here in my backyard, and rumor has it there's a trail back here or something that, you know, this may or may not fit back.
Yeah, there's a trail back there. This might be a little bit too wide, but it'll squeak through. Once the winter comes along and there's not as many trees, we'll get through it.
Give it a shout. So make sure you guys go check out their video on it. Again, I'll have it linked below. I'm gonna head back to the garage. We'll see you guys there. I'm gonna take like 30 seconds before we end the video, and I wanna show you guys the brightness of the lights. Now obviously it's still daylight outside, but it's getting to be a little dark, and I just wanted to show you how ridiculously bright these are. Now obviously it's not gonna come off on camera very well because nothing ever comes off on camera well, especially lighting like this, but I'm gonna try to show it to you, and you guys will just be able to see hopefully how bright these fogs are, and then you can see the light bar peeking in behind there. So I've got the fogs on auxiliary 1 and the rocker switch, and then I've got the light bar, the 30-inch light bar on auxiliary 2. It's a little bright for you?
Very bright.
All right, let me put on the... So these are ridiculously bright. You guys can probably see if you stand back here. You kind of, I mean, they are bright as crap. And I've got, you know, he's pointed out just, you know, out here a little bit. They're not, you know, directly forward. And then this light bar, it's just ridiculous how bright that is. I think with the fogs especially, I just really like how they fill in this kind of gap here, right? I think it's, yeah, they're functional, but it also fills in this just empty gap. Ford really missed the mark. They could have offered some sort of solution, right, to fill that in. And I really just feel like visually the truck looks a lot nicer. Plus, this bar back here looks kind of, you know, cool while it's functional. It's kind of this subtle hidden, you don't really know what's there until you catch it for a second. So I'll have the links to everything below. If you guys are local to the area or pretty much anywhere in the country, definitely check out CJ Off-Road, CJ Pony Parts. If you guys are Mustang guys, Ford guys, you know the name for sure, but they're definitely jumping into that off-road sector. They've got Jeep stuff, so if you're a huge Jeep guy, truck stuff, F-150 stuff, Raptor stuff, pretty much you name it for the truck, they've got it or they can get it. So definitely check them out. I'll have all their info below. Thank you, Matt, and all the guys at CJ's for helping to get this stuff installed for me and working through it. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned this summer for more truck content. We've got some little more stuff coming to this thing. Not a ton, but you know, I think you guys will really enjoy it. And we've got some GT4 stuff coming. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you click that bell icon so you're notified of future uploads. You can follow me on Instagram at Troy Sowers. You'll see a lot more truck and GT4 content a lot faster on there than you will necessarily on here right away. So make sure you guys are following me there. We'll see you on the next video.